Welcome to the second edition of our Advent and Christmas hymn podcast. Today I'm discussing the hymn Hark, the Herald Angels Sing. This is another hymn by Charles Wesley, and it was written very early on in his career, and it was actually written within 1 year of his spiritual conversion, and he entitled it Hymn for Christmas Day. Whereas most Christmas hymns are narrative, they talk about the shepherds, the angels, Jesus in the manger, Mary his mother. This hymn is almost entirely theological. It explains why Jesus was born and what that means. And some of my favorite theological phrases from this hymn are, God and sinners reconciled, mild he lays his glory by, born that we no more may die, born to give us second birth. The tune was composed by Felix Mendelssohn, and ironically, Mendelssohn, who wrote a lot of sacred music, said about this tune in specific that it will never do for sacred words. Charles Wesley also thought that this text should be set to a more sad and reflective tune. But William Cummings, who was working on editing Hymns Ancient and Modern in 1861, decided that this text and tune went perfectly together, and they were published together, and they've been together ever since. Father Keith and I will be singing just the third stanza. That is the one with so many of those theological phrases that Charles Wesley wrote.
My hymn selection for today is It Came Upon the Midnight Clear. This is actually one of the earliest American hymns that's still in use, 170 years after it was written by almost every denomination. The words were written in 1849 by Reverend Edmund Sears. He was a Unitarian minister in Massachusetts. Sears wrote this text during a period of great personal melancholy. There was news of revolution in Europe. The United States was at war with Mexico, and there was strife that eventually led up to the Civil War. The world seemed dark and full of sin and strife, as he wrote, with no one hearing the Christmas message of love. Sears' focus is actually not on Bethlehem, but on his own time and on the contemporary issues that he saw of war and peace. The carol was first performed by parishioners gathered in Sears' home on Christmas Eve. The text is so beautiful, the poetry is so beautiful. We're only going to sing a couple verses, but I have to read all 4 verses because it's just one of my favorites. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill towards men, from heaven's all-gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. Still, through the cloven skies they come, with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats o'er all the weary world. Above its sad and lowly plains they bend on hovering wing, and ever o'er the Babel sounds the blessed angels sing. Yet, with the woes of sin and strife, the world has suffered long. Beneath the heavenly hymn have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And warring humankind hears not the tidings which they bring. Oh, hush the noise and cease your strife, and hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on by prophets seen of old, when with the ever-circling years shall come the time of gold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and all the world give back the song which now the angels sing. Words for our time as well. This tune was written in 1850 by Richard Willis. He was a vestry member at Church of the Transfiguration in New York, and it was specifically written by Reverend Sears to accompany this text. Willis trained under Felix Mendelssohn, and you can hear some of that training in the rich harmony and the beautiful melodic lines of all four parts. And as we sing the fourth verse together, I'm going to sing the tenor part, and you can hear the way it winds around the main soprano melody. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on, by prophecy of old, when with the ever-circling years shall come the time foretold, when peace shall